Opening, debt isn't a villain, nor a savior. When most people hear debt, they feel pressure, interest rates, and collection texts. The wealthy hear debt and think a financial tool with a price, a risk, and a proper use. Like fire, it can cook dinner or burn the house down. The difference is the frame. Consumers ask, can I afford the monthly payment? The wealthy ask first, what cash flow does this debt buy? Who actually repays it? Where is my safety margin if things go wrong? Today we'll look at debt through two lenses, cash flow and balance sheet, and walk through everyday cases, credit cards, a small business equipment loan, a rental property, and paying to learn a skill. The mental model, cash flow and balance sheet. The wealthy don't start with feelings, they open two ledgers. Ledger 1, cash flow. Every loan must have a real stream of cash to service it each month with breathing room. They use a simple yardstick, DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, equals net operating cash, monthly debt payment. 1.0, you're underwater. Well, 1.25, entering the safe zone. 1.5, sleep well territory. If your payment is 10 and your stable net cash is 15, DSCR equals 1.5. That's calm. Ledger 2, balance sheet. Here they check LTV, loan to value, loan size versus asset value. Borrowing 60% is not the same as 90%. With lower LTV, you have shock absorbers. Before signing, they ask three hard questions. Who repays? Customers, rent, sales, your fixed salary, or luck? If it's luck, they don't borrow. Worst case, revenue down 30%, rates plus 3%. Vacancy for 3 months. They stress test on paper to avoid paying tuition in real life. Term matching, short cash flow, short loan. Long-lived asset, long loan. If you're not savvy with rate volatility, favor fixed over floating so your nights are quiet. Bottom line, the wealthy treat debt like a hired hand. It needs a paycheck, cash flow, a contract, risk terms, and the right seat in the business of your life. 3 common myths about debt. Myth 1, if I can make the payment, I'm fine. Today's affordability doesn't equal next year's safety. Ask, if rates rise and revenue falls, how long do I stay above water? Myth 2, good debt versus bad debt is a fixed label. A home loan can be bad if income is unstable, LTV is 90%, and the rate floats. An equipment loan can be good if monthly net cash from the machine exceeds the payment and still survives a bad case. Myth 3, interest is free. Percent often hides fees, locks up liquidity, and reduces flexibility. The wealthy look at total cost of capital, rate plus fees, risk. Everyday cases. Case A, credit cards, reverse compounding. Hannah carries a sizable card balance and only pays the minimum. It feels manageable, but the principal barely moves. The wealthy playbook. Put all consumer debts on one page. Balance, true APR, due date. Stop the leak. Freeze cards, BNPL. Consider a lower rate installment consolidation. Automate payments before the due date. Choose a payoff method. Avalanche, highest APR first for efficiency, or Snowball, smallest balance first for motivation. Goal, exit reverse compounding fast, so every dollar can go to reserves and investing. Case B, small business equipment, disciplined leverage. Ben wants a juicer costing $120, loan payment 6 months for 24 months. The machine should add 8 to 10 in revenue, leaving 5 net after expenses. A consumer asks, can I pay 6? The wealthy asks, DSCR, net 5 versus payment 6, 1.0. No deal. Fix, negotiate longer term or larger down payment until DSCR 1.25 and park 2 to 3 months of payments in reserve before installing the machine. Case C, rental property. Don't fall for the gross Eniga buys a condo for 2.0, borrows 60%, 1.2. Payment 11 month. Expected rent 15, looks like plus 4 until tax, HOA, maintenance, and 1 to 2 months vacancy bring net to 10 to 11. DSCR hovers near 1.0. Wealthy lens, underwrite net and stress test. Rent at 12, 2 months vacant, rates plus 2 to 3%. If it's fragile, wait or lower LTV. Don't lock in a 10-year risk for a today-only promo. Case D, borrowing to learn a skill, a human yield bond. Kwong considers a 40 loan for a data certificate, expecting plus 5 to 7 month salary lift within 6 to 9 months. Wealthy lens, estimate payback and probability. If there's a 70% chance of a raise in 6 to 9 months, payback in 6 to 8 months looks attractive. If the skill has real demand, hands-on practice, and hiring pathways. If it's just excitement, pass. Debt is fire, practical risk management, match terms. A 5-year asset shouldn't be forced into a 12-month loan. Rolling short-term debt breeds rollover risk. Fixed versus floating. If your income doesn't rise with rates, favor fixed to sleep. Floating is a boat tied to the tide. Reserves. Keep 3 to 6 months of living costs plus 2 to 3 months of debt payments in a separate account, the fire extinguisher. Personal guarantees. Don't blithely sign PGs. Know the liability cap and your exit routes. Leverage limits. For personal finance, target DTI 36% overall, housing 30% of take-home. For small business, aim DSCR 1.25 even if revenue drops 20%. Psychology and habits. Why the wealthy stay calm. Detach identity from debt. Debt is a structure, not a moral verdict. When you see it as structure, you can negotiate rate, term, and fees with a clear head. Monthly debt close. Spend 30 minutes once a month. Balances, effective rates, due dates, any breaches, and your credit score. If a cell turns red, utilization 30%, fee popped, rate crept up, take one small action within 24 hours. Fixed due date, request a lower APR, move balance to cheaper installment, cut a leaky expense. Upgrade your verbs. Speak in lock, match, reserve, not hope, gamble, wait. I lock a 24-month fixed rate. I match a 36-month term to a 4-year asset. I reserve 3 months of payments in a separate account. Precise words, clean actions. 30, 60, 90-day roadmap. Days 1 to 30. Clean the books and plug leaks. Create a 1-page debt map. Name, true APR, balance, due date, collateral, and who pays it. Attack high APR first. Freeze cards BNPL. Consolidate where cheaper. Automate payments 3 to 5 days early. Open a payments-only account and route monthly debt service through it. Build a mini reserve of 1 to 2 months of payments. Sell unused stuff. Take a temporary side gig. Each Sunday, 15-minute close and one small decision for the week. Days 31 to 60. Optimize the structure. Call lenders. Ask for rate reductions, fee waivers, or term extensions to get DSCR 1.25. If you can't handle volatility, fix your rate for 12 to 24 months. Upgrade credit. Pay on time. Keep card utilization 30%, ideally 10-15%. Avoid opening new lines. Pay once before the statement cut so reported balance is near zero. Separate money. 2 accounts, personal and business. 2 ledgers, 2 goals. Pay yourself a fixed owner salary from the business account. Days 61 to 90. Grow the asset that repays the debt. Add a new steady income stream, retainer freelance, tutoring, packaged microservices. Target at least the size of your monthly payment. Apply the gold plating rule. Every $1 of consumer debt retired becomes a permanent $1 a month to investing or reserves, so you never slide back. Write your leverage guardrails and read them aloud before signing anything. Max LTV 60%, max DTI 36%, no new debt without 3 months payment reserve. Point of impact scenarios and how to pivot income down 30%. Protect the roof and the lights. Housing, utilities, essential food come first. Triage spending into keep, defer, stop. Call lenders before you miss a payment. Request interest-only or term extension for 3 months and adjust due dates to your cash cycle. Freeze all elective consumer debt. If needed, add a small, steady side stream to cover the payment. Goal: don't break cadence. Rates spike. Audit all floating rate loans. Stress test plus 2 to 3% on rates. If DSCR falls below 1.25, try to fix the rate or lengthen the term. If you can't, thicken reserves, cut fixed costs, and avoid expansion in the storm. If there's no prepayment penalty, chip away at principal to reduce rate sensitivity. Vacancy or lost clients. Treat it as a cyclical cost, not personal doom. Use your 2-3 months payment reserve to buy time while you refill the pipeline. Set daily, concrete prospecting targets and offer bridge offers, shorter terms, first month perks, easy pause, in exchange for clear payment schedules. No reserve yet? Liquidate non-core assets fast and cut low-use expenses. Protect the main cash flow. Avoid high APR fire loans. Across all 3, signal early, speak in numbers, make one small decision in 24 hours. Storms pass, staying on the field matters. Closing. Make debt your employee, not your boss. The wealthy think different about debt because they systematize it. A purpose, a limit, an exit. They neither love nor fear debt, they manage it. Tonight, take 20 minutes to write your debt map. Underline the highest APR item, that's the leak to plug first. Then write the name of one new income stream you can launch in 30 days. Small is fine, steady is better. You don't need to be rich to think like the wealthy. You need a frame and one small decision each week. When debt returns to its proper role as a hired hand, you gain peace, options, and ultimately, freedom.